with a focused look on their faces as they arrived earlier, planning on a strong performance in their home building. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. If it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it can only mean one thing. Welcome to Cleveland, Ohio. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. And tonight, we'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the New York Knicks. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin Love has dramatically improved his perimeter shooting over his career, but he said, "I've tried not to fall in love with it too much. Where I'm going to make my money is also rebounding. That's a stat I always look at because it can help a team win even when the shot's not falling." Kevin?
Great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, DA. Thanks. A lot of great young talent. Both teams loaded with young talent. What's the key, do you think, Doris, as you've watched this league, to unlocking that potential and making them what they're going to become?
Yeah, I think for young guys, Kevin, one of the challenges is focusing on getting better every single day. It's the little choices these guys are making. They're going to put in the time to be working on their shooting or their off-the-bounce game or their defensive prowess. Can they be unselfish? Can they be sort of big-picture thinking in terms of just not only their success but the guys around them? That's hard for a young guy.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Randall out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Elfrid Payton, then it's Taj Gibson, and it's Barrett at the shooting guard position. And for the Cavaliers, Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt, and it's Drummond in at the 5. Garland the pass to Drummond. Here's Osman. True on the 14-footer.
Well, he just creates enough separation to get a quality look from the mid-range.
Payton looking around. Pass to Gibson. 6 to shoot. The shot from the low post is good.
Boy, Taj Gibson unafraid in the face of contact. How tough is this guy?
Now the pass to Osman. Drummond working against Gibson. Drummond passes to Love. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. It's stolen by Randall. Here's Harkless, and Harkless slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Are you kidding? 5 for 5, and they just got started.
Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got his second bucket of the night.
You love this. The pressure gets physical, and Colin Sexton doesn't blink. Nice job finishing through contact.
Got a piece of it. Now, here's Garland. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
And checking out some numbers for Barrett. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's putting up about 16 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. Oh, goodness gracious.
How about that finish?
Oof, wow.
Garland, the pass to Love. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Gibson with the steal. Payton outside. Pass to Randall. Sinks that one from the post.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
1:56 left here in the opening quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. A different look for New York. Robinson's checked in for Gibson. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Harkless. Stolen by Robinson. Randall left side. And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. And it's good, 2 points. Randall's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Wow, how about the start to this game? Taking excellent shots, capitalizing on everything the defense is giving him. This is great stuff.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Clock at 6. Near the 3-point line, it's Love. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And now, in his 2nd year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
And Cleveland making a change here. Porter's checked in. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Hawks in Atlanta. Bullock kicks to Payton. Teardrop shot. His 2nd shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Love the pass to Garland. Back to Love. It's blocked. And here is Payton. He just could not put it together in that loss to Atlanta. And Randall throws it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Julius Randle getting it done for New York. He got to double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
I ain't said he looking for me. I don't really give a...
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin for the Knicks here, guys.
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Cleveland, Mans and Thompson are up front. Then it's Porter. Then there's Garland. And it's Windler in at the 2-guard spot. Stolen by Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Boy, and how about that determination by Thompson? Love to see that kind of focus in transition.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, they're working...
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Poked away. Passes it to Bullock. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. A chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they're off to Miami to face off with the Heat. Then on Tuesday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And Thompson sends it back.
That's where Thompson's length comes into play. You think you can sneak a shot over him, but he'll swat it right back at you.
Now Garland, tipped away. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Garland with the bucket.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, I'll tell you, I love that he's not afraid to take on the size mismatch there, Greg. It doesn't matter. Just make shots.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Catching up on the changes for New York, Portis comes in for Julius Randle. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Goes up on the high post. And that one's good by Porter. Of course, when you watch the game now, Biggs playing on the perimeter. Who can really defend and hold their own outside the lane we've seen?
Well, you think about a guy at the rim like Clint Capella, who is a great shot-blocking force. But in today's NBA, he's got to be able to guard the pick and roll, make the necessary switch. And because Capella has got great feet and because he can move laterally so quickly, he might be 6'10", 6'11", but he can get out and switch in the pick and roll. It is a thing of beauty to watch.
Robinson, basket, good. Robinson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Knicks. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's Garland, drilled from 11 feet out. Garland's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Pass to Bullock. Nice shot by Portis. And the Knicks lead by 12.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Knox. Good. Nice job down low.
Well, through excellent defense, Mr. Knox says, no problem.
Porter in the corner. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Porter's got his second bucket of the night. New York leading by 12. Knox the pass to Robinson. And here is Portis. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Nance. He's averaging 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
And that one is good.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Garland kicks to Nance. Here's Windler. He's guarded by Bullock. Outside Robinson. Bullock passes to Ntilikina. To the paint. It's blocked.
And this is what Nance Jr. is capable of. Send it back.
And it's blocked. But they get it back. Ball's knocked loose. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Here's Ntilikina, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, that takes tremendous body control from Frank Ntilikina. Even with a physical defensive player, he stays composed.
Here's Love. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. 7 points for Kevin Love.
Oh, that's a pretty bounce pass. Nice.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's the Knicks. They lead by 14. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Elfrid Payton. Elfrid, great passing in the first half. How does that impact the offense when the ball is moving like we saw?
Everybody's getting easy shots. You know, it's much easier than contested shots, and guys are knocking it down.
Well, a really good first half, Elfrid. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. In a fantastic first quarter from Julius Randle. He had 14 points, 2 block shots, and 2 rebounds. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Boy, it was rough down there in the paint, and they were just dominant, taking it to the rack. But that's what you have to be willing to do. Take the action to the heart of the competition without any fear. That's why this is already a blowout.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
He's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's 5. They've got Taj Gibson. Harkless is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Barrett, and it's Payton in at the point guard. Sexton kicks to Garland. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. And that's now 9 points for Darius Garland. Here's Payton. There's the pass to Randle. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Of course, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Clock is at 3. It's tipped. Pass to Barrett. Outside Gibson. Passes to Payton. Pulls up on the elbow, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Peyton's got 6 points.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Sexton dishes to Garland to end the run. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 3 assists in the game. Peyton passes to Gibson. Pass to Barrett. Over Sexton. And again, it's New York.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Yep, that one goes in there.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Peyton passes to Barrett over Sexton. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. He's got 9.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Good.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
Knocked away. Baseline try. And again, it's New York.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Gibson looking it over. Barrett and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
Well, you talk about a player who's a consummate pro. Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft, Colin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does.
So how about the Cavaliers head coach John Beilein making his NBA debut after 27 seasons as a college basketball coach? Think back to his time at Michigan, the first back-to-back 30-win seasons in school history. This is an excellent hire for Cleveland.
Inside, it's stolen by Barrett. Floats it up for Randall. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Sexton kicks to Porter. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got his 4th assist in this one. And Doris, isn't it interesting? Coach John Beilein has never, at any level, been an assistant coach.
No, but he has made his way through the ranks, going from high school to junior college, Division III, Division II, and then right up through the ranks of Division I. So he now makes the final leap to the NBA. How cool is that, Kev?
The Knicks leading by 21. The pass to Portis. Now Barrett, defended by Drummond. Impressive fadeaway right there. 16 points for R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Randall. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Well, Kevin Love, such a smart defender. Send it back.
And so it's the New York Knicks holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Nance and Thompson are up front. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Exum, and it's Porter. And at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Got a piece of it. Here's Knox, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Kevin Knox, yet another player out of the University of Kentucky. We've seen so many enter the NBA from that program. What they love about Kevin Knox is his ability to score at all 3 levels.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Oh my God. And with Knox, the Knicks kept feeding him minutes, Doris, allowing him to learn on the fly.
Yes, because of the circumstance with his team, he got a lot of the offense running through him as the season progressed. And for Kevin Knox, he had ample room to grow and make mistakes, and that's critical to his development.
And he makes both free throws. Well, you look at the length of Knox, Doris, his arm span, his frame, he can be a handful.
No doubt. Kevin Knox is able, because of that frame you talked about, to shrug off contact and muscle through most players. His reach allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. So in terms of the physical metrics, you love what this guy brings to the table.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Knocked loose, and here are the Knicks now. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for New York. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him.
Frank Ntilikina gaining more and more confidence. Buckets like this prove he can finish on the interior. Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Right side Robinson. He gets that one.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Oh, Porter in position, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, a nice job by Colin Sexton to find the open man. You want to see court awareness from the young gun.
Here's Knox, covered by Nance. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Down low. Windler with the bucket.
It always helps to have a big who is willing to find open teammates. Larry Nance proving how unselfish he can be.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible to check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Garland, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. The Knicks also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Reese Harkless comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Frank Ntilikina. Nance passes to Garland. Here's Peyton. Outside Portis, over Nance, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. 8 points for Bobby Portis.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Here's Garland, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Boy, once he gets his confidence, he just scores in bunches.
Outside Gibson. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And Portis throws it down.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Garland kicks to Porter. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said.
Looked like some confusion defensively that time. Left him wide open for a nice look on the jumper.
Here's Ellington, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Perfect approach for what the D was showing on that possession.
Now, here's Exum. Ellington defending. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Pass to Osman. 6 to shoot. Here's Exum. Got a hand on it, and they'll keep possession. Basket counts.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for New York.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Julius Randle.
Boy, you couldn't help but notice how well this guy protected the rim. There was an intimidation factor thanks to his defense. No easy shots in his neighborhood tonight.
Here's Exum. Second shot opportunity. Oh, that's blocked. Smith with it, and the foul on Jordan Bell. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, Damian Dotson in his second season, this guy was able to get on the floor at a consistent rate and show that he could be a solid contributor.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Andre Drummond's checked in for Ante Zizic. Love comes in for Bell. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Exum. And it's Garland in for Matthew Dellavedova. Portis, he's checked in for the Knicks. New York moving the ball around. It's the outside fadeaway.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Garland dishes to Love. Garland, the pass to Love. Bucket is good.
Kevin Love specializes in finding the open space on the floor, pays off with a nice catch and shoot.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kevin, with Julius Randle. And Julius, you get it done at multiple ends. Where does your focus been in terms of approach?
Just taking what the defense gives me. I'm a lot more patient, let the game come to me. Don't really try to force things as much. Sometimes I get out of character, but just try my hardest to let the game come to me the most.
Well, you were a big part of the win tonight, Julius. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.